Have you ever felt invisible, forgotten, or marked by the memories of your past? What if I told you that there is someone who knows every wound, every silent tear, and every longing hidden deep within your heart? In today's video, we're going to dive into a story that will reach your soul, open your eyes to the restoring love of Jesus, and reveal that He is able to transform lives, even when everything seems hopeless. Think about the courage it takes to look into the eyes of someone everyone says is different from you. Someone who crosses social, cultural, and spiritual boundaries just to come near with love and compassion. And what if I told you that this encounter didn't take place in a palace or a temple, but beside a simple well under the scorching midday sun, showing that God works in the most unexpected and ordinary places? Stay with me until the end, because this story isn't just about a woman from the past. It's about you and your own journey today. In this video, you'll understand how Jesus breaks barriers that no one else dares to face, why He cares for those the world rejects, and how this meeting at the edge of a well can touch and transform your heart right now. Moreover, you'll realize that every word Jesus speaks in this passage carries a living, practical lesson for your everyday life. It's as if He was speaking directly to you, offering healing for your deepest wounds, freedom from your doubts, and hope for your thirsty soul. Get ready to feel the presence of Christ in a way that will make you reflect, and most of all, reignite your faith in the impossible that only He can do. It was a hot day in Samaria. The sun blazed high in the sky, and the dry desert air seemed to burn. While the heat scorched the land, Jacob's well stood there, silent, holding centuries of history. Jesus, weary from the journey, sat down beside the well. The crowd had already left, and the stillness of that moment seemed to prepare the scene for something extraordinary. Then she appeared, a Samaritan woman. In her hands, she carried her daily routine, but in her heart she bore a heavy past, filled with pain and rejection. That woman carried more than a jar of water. She carried the weight of a story that the whole town whispered about. Rumors and judgments spread about her like dust blown by the wind. But Jesus did not ignore her. He saw her. He looked beyond the simple clothes, beyond the tired eyes, beyond the stained reputation. And here the story begins to take shape. The moment when one encounter changes destinies. He spoke to her, "Give me water to drink." Can you sense the power of those words? A Jewish man, in a region considered hostile, speaking to a Samaritan woman. Samaria was no ordinary place, and Samaritans and Jews did not associate. There was mutual disdain, a deep division born from centuries of conflict and religious tension. Even so, Jesus took a bold step, a simple act yet filled with courage and love. Think about the impact of that. A humble request yet full of meaning, breaking through every social and cultural barrier. How many times in our own lives has someone looked at us without prejudice, reached out a hand, and seen who we truly are inside? Jesus does exactly that with each one of us. Surprised, she responded with astonishment and doubt. How is it that you, a Jew, ask a drink from me, a Samaritan woman? Here we witness the first great turning point, barriers being broken. Jesus shows us that He is not limited by human rules, by prejudice, or by the restrictions the world imposes. His love surpasses every boundary. Then Jesus spoke words that would change her life forever. If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked Him, and He would have given you living water. Living water. It wasn't just water to quench physical thirst. It was something much deeper, more powerful, eternal. Water that fills the soul, purifies the heart, and transforms life itself. The woman, curious yet still a bit skeptical, replied, "Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." And that thirst she felt was no different from ours. How often do we try to fill the emptiness inside us with things that can never truly satisfy? Jesus reminds us that the real water that quenches the soul is available here and now, if only we place our trust in Him. Then came the most profound conversation. Jesus revealed to her the depths of her life, her pain, her mistakes, her secrets, without condemnation. And instead of shaming her, he offered forgiveness, acceptance, and a new purpose. Go, call your husband and come back. I have no husband, she replied. You are right when you say you have no husband, Jesus said. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband. And it's in that moment, when he touches the heart, that true transformation begins. An encounter with Jesus is never merely intellectual or superficial. He enters our story, reaches the deepest parts of our being, and reveals what we need to hear in order to start again. Woman, believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. Jesus revealed that true worship does not depend on places, traditions, or rituals. The genuine worship God desires is spiritual and comes from the heart. The woman, astonished and moved, left her water jar and ran back to the town, saying, "Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Christ?" She became the first messenger of the gospel, the first to share Jesus with those around her. Not because of titles, not because of perfection, but because of a real encounter with transforming love. And so, we can reflect. When Jesus touches our lives, the impact doesn't stay within us. He turns us into carriers of hope, people who spread light to others who are also thirsty, showing that the grace of God is living, powerful, and contagious. Do you feel like no one cares about your story? Jesus cares. Do you believe your past defines who you are? Jesus redefines destinies. Do you think there is no hope left? Jesus offers living water, water that satisfies, renews, and gives life meaning. Every step of faith, even a small one, can spark unimaginable transformation in your life and in the lives of others around you. As we look at the story of the Samaritan woman, we learn deep truths. Jesus crosses boundaries. He is not intimidated by your past, your pain, or your failures. He reaches places no one else can reach. The living water is for you today. It doesn't matter how thirsty you are or how lost you feel. Jesus offers eternal fulfillment. Transformation leads to testimony. Just like the Samaritan woman, when we encounter Jesus, we become reflections of his light, spreading faith and hope. God sees beyond what human eyes can see. His gaze is not fixed on your mistakes, your fear, or your rejection. He sees potential, purpose, and heart. And even if you carry shame, doubt, or fear, remember, the love of Jesus never fails. He knows every step you take and still calls you to drink from the water that heals, restores, and gives eternal life. Never underestimate the power of an encounter with Christ. He turns the ordinary into extraordinary, despair into confidence, pain into purpose. Every word, every glance from him has the power to bring about profound change in the heart. So ask yourself, where have you been seeking waters that don't satisfy? At which wells of life have you been trying to fill the emptiness of your soul? Are you ready to drink from the water that Jesus offers, the one that quenches your thirst once and for all? If today you feel the need for that living water, know that Jesus is standing at your well, waiting for you to come near, just as he did with the Samaritan woman. There is nothing he cannot transform. Let him speak to your heart. Bring him your pain, accept his love, and allow your life to become a living testimony. Just as that woman ran back to her city, go and share this message. Jesus transforms lives, heals hearts, and reignites hope where everything once seemed lost. Never underestimate the power of an encounter with Christ. He's ready to turn the ordinary into extraordinary, despair into faith, sorrow into purpose. Today may be the day you find the living water that changes everything. Accept it, drink deeply, and let God write the most beautiful chapter of your story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notifications so you don't miss any message from the Holy Bible. Click on the card that appears on your screen at the end of this video and watch the next biblical story we've prepared for you. I'm sure you'll love it. See you in the next video. God bless you.